Gritty Kitties. I am here with Abdul El-Sayed, who is running for the Democratic nomination for the U.S. Senate from Michigan. You are a cat daddy.
I am.
You have 2 cats, is my understanding.
My lovely kitties, Socks and Yoda.
Socks and Yoda. And I understand there is a beautiful love story about how you came back together. Can you tell us a little bit about how you met?
We'll just say that it was my wife, Sarah. She's like, I really want a cat. And we were moving abroad. So we were going to be apart for a year. And she said, I really want a cat. So I was like, yeah, cool. So I'm going to go. And then you get a cat. 2 weeks later, we had a cat. And then we lived in an 800 square foot apartment. So this was a kitten, and you can imagine the kitten had its way with
I don't have to imagine because I've done it.
So she was like, I found out what we do to prevent this from happening. I was like, she's like, another kitten. I was like, love that. Okay, sure. So we got 2 kittens. And then, she came back abroad with me. And so we ended up having to give them to a loving home. Turns out that the woman who we gave them to is a family friend. She had a daughter who's really allergic.
Oh,
and so we got a call saying that, we needed to find the cats a new home. So we had them as babies and then got them back about 12 years later.
Oh my God.
And for the last 3 years, they've been living in our home and have just brought so much joy to our home.
That is an amazing story. I have a theory that being a cat daddy is a green flag for any man.
I agree.
And so what is it about being a cat daddy that actually might make you a better senator?
Cats do what they want. And your job is just to figure out how to keep them fed, taken care of, clean, right, safe, healthy. But cats do what they want. And at the end of the day, people do what they want. Like, your job is to make sure that they are safe, healthy, have the basic things that they need and deserve, and that you're always making sure that life is good for them. And if you do that, then it turns out with cats, especially, then they love you back. So
cats are the ultimate constituency. They will complain.
They will complain.
And when you're doing something wrong,
they'll vote your ass out.
Yes, they will vote your ass out. Absolutely, they will. So who out there in the world is giving kind of big cat energy that sort of inspires you as you fight in this campaign?
Well, there's a bunch of them, but I got to call out some of the incredible people I've met on the campaign trail. There's a young woman I just met. She's been having to live with rheumatoid arthritis since she was a kid.
Yeah.
And, she keeps showing up for herself, and it's time for America to show up for her too.
Yeah.
I think about folks who are fighting on the big side of things. You think about AOC, who's here today with us. She's been fighting that fight and forcing us to pay attention to so many of the challenges and the ways that our country has been bought off by corporations and special interests. So we're trying to bring all that cat energy here today.
What do you really have your claws out about as we're going into the election? What is real? There's so many things, but if there were a couple of things you have your claws out about that especially affect people in Michigan, what might they be?
Well, it's Michigan and all over the country. People don't have health care.
Right.
And we've got folks who are insured have to pay thousands of dollars out of pocket to use the insurance that they thought they had that would be there for them.
Yep.
But then the other one is money in politics. I'm in a race right now where I'm up against $50 million of outside spending from big corporations in APAC, lying about me, lying about my opponent's record in a way that's just inconsistent with the way democracy is supposed to work. And, both of those things are connected. The reason we don't have Medicare for all in this country is because of the power of big corporations to buy and sell politicians to do their bidding. The reason that we can keep sending our money abroad to drop bombs on other people instead of using our money to build schools here is because of the power of money in politics. And so it all really goes back to the same thing, which is why I'm running to get money out of politics, put money in your pocket, pass Medicare for all.
What are you coming back as in your 9th life?
Oh, that's a good question. But if I were to be reincarnated, I want to be like one of those pro-social lions. Every time I see lions doing stuff, I'm like, y'all live in packs, but it seems like y'all hate each other. Right. I'm like, why are you always fighting? But I want to be the pro-social cat. Should be like, hey guys, we could all have healthcare.
We have chapters across the country. So our captain of our Detroit chapter, which is
Muffin for the masses.
Which is Muffin for the masses.
Hi, Muffin. Look at Muffin. Hi, Muffin.
Whoops.
How are you, Muffin?
Brandy is the chapter captain in name only because it's really Muffin.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Yes.
Also, love your bandana.
Yes. We're keeping this family, but it's a F bandana. And so we always end every little talk that we have with folks with a little claws out. Claws out. Meow. Great job, Muffin.
Good job.
For a billionaire to make a second $1 billion than it is for somebody to make their first 50,000. I think billionaires ought to pay their fair share. If you tax a billionaire at 8%, you know what they still are? Still a billionaire. Your kids are gonna be rich. Maybe you can pay your fair share so the rest of our kids can get to go to good schools and travel functional roads and get good health care. I don't know about you all, but I don't pay my taxes to buy another country a bomb or a tank. I pay my taxes so that all our kids get to go to good schools and get good health care. So it is time for us in this country to stand up and decide that we are no longer going to send unconditional foreign military aid to foreign governments. Not Israel, not Egypt, not Jordan, not Saudi Arabia. I want my tax dollars in Michigan. I want good schools in Michigan. I want good roads in Michigan. I want health care in Michigan. I want child care in Michigan. I want my money spent in Michigan. And no, they're gonna try and tell you, oh, it must be you hate somebody. No, it is not because I hate anybody. It's because I love everybody. And I just want to be clear about one thing. I love and revere and deeply appreciate Judaism and the Jewish people. And I love and revere and deeply appreciate the Palestinian people and their history and their culture and their tradition. And I love and I revere our kids here at home who deserve better schools and health care. So forgive me if I want to keep our tax dollars here to buy schools and health care for our kids here, rather than send them to a foreign government to foreclose on the possibility of Palestinian self-determination and do genocide and apartheid. It's not about hating anyone, it's about loving everyone. $225 billion of medical debt? That is more than the GDP of half the states in this country in medical debt. And we can wipe away all of that medical debt. And I just want to give you all some numbers here, okay? You can erase all the medical debt in this country for a penny on the dollar. So if you're doing the math, $225 billion, you can erase for what? About $2.25 billion? I want you to think about how much we are wasting dropping bombs in foreign countries. I don't know if you were watching, but the other individual who would like to be the Democratic nominee for the US Senate just took a vote to send more than that to a foreign government last week. We gotta be serious, y'all. Dangerous. It's an interesting adjective to use. Nobody's ever called somebody who looks like me dangerous. So I just want to ask, if you're a child forced to breathe at the end of a smokestack, you think they think I'm dangerous? No. Or a kid sitting in the back of the classroom who couldn't see the blackboard, who got that first pair of glasses. If you're that kid, I'm not dangerous. If you're a worker who wants our economy to work for you, I'm not dangerous. If you're somebody sitting in medical debt, wondering what your financial future is because you deign to see a doctor in the richest, most powerful country in the world, if you're that person, I'm not dangerous. A lot of us, particularly considering who was president in this moment. Now, they want to sell us a fake, phony sense, a cartoon of what America is. America's no cartoon. America is an incredible place with flaws. A history of Indian removal, chattel slavery, the far too long fight for women's suffrage, the discrimination on who could immigrate here, Jim Crow, segregation. And as you reflect on those past 250, I think it's important for us to ask, how do we make sense of those flaws? America has one incredible gift, and that is the indelible capacity to correct. In this country, we don't make peace with our demons. We exercise them. In this country, we don't rest on our laurels. We fight for better. In this country, we don't ignore a sordid past. We assure a better future. But this country doesn't correct on its own. It's not just some magical trick that just happens, like a magic eraser. That's not how it works. It's because people come together to do the work of correcting. And usually they start out as a small group of people, denied by everyone, ignored, told to go away, marginalized, told it could never be better. And yet those people work, and they organize, and they build. And they build more movement. They talk to more people, and soon enough, the ranks swell. People come together, people from all walks of life, from the unlikeliest sources to the people affected most, building together that movement of people that finally uses the democratic process to correct our ills. And my friends, I share this right now at this moment of our 250th anniversary because we need that correcting right now. We live in the most unequal time in American history. It's easier to make a $2 billion in this country than it is to make a fair living. Racism still denies too many people access to a good education, good health care, fair housing, clean air, drinkable water. People are still living in fear just because of who they love or how they identify. People are told they're less than because they pray the wrong way or they don't pray at all. And so America is in need of that correcting now. And we find ourselves at the precipice of a moment of correction. I just want you to understand the stakes of this moment. $50 million. $50 million and counting. That's how much the likes of DTE and Chevron and Exxon and Big Pharma and Big Tech and Big Health Insurance and APAC have already spent in this race.